Shalom, call halal Yahweh Shemi al Shai, Bahashim al Akwadash, double honor to the elder apostles and other bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that are pushing word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. The Aquath that are listening and learn, being a pillar of rest, 144,000, one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yahshua, back with the WW3 Daily Update. Shalom. And salutations to you all. Obadiah 1 and 7. In the NLT, all your allies will turn against you. They will help to chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you, and you won't even know about it. Okay? Setting a trap, ambush, right? Laid a wound. Will set an ambush. They who eat your bread will set an ambush for you. Who could that be? 12 minutes ago, CBN News, Christian Broadcasting Network, I believe. J.D. Vance's European visit, who? The EU? The European Union? Visit adds to elites' fears, rise in right-wing European parties. Take it away, CBN.
It was clear from Vice President J.D. Vance's speech to NATO allies in Munich last week that at least politically, Western Europe and the United States under Donald Trump are moving away from each other. Vance took leaders to task over the rampant state-supported censorship in many European nations.
The threat that I worry the most about vis-a-vis Europe is not Russia, it's not China, it's not any other external actor. And what I worry about is the threat from within, the retreat of Europe from some of its most fundamental values.
And while Vance simply defended free speech, at least some of the liberal European elites in his audience saw him as giving aid and comfort to their political enemies on the European right. Those parties are becoming a major force. In Germany Sunday, the right-wing AfD, Alternative for Germany, is expected to finish second in national elections. Their rise has been fueled by an economic crisis and a disastrous open borders policy.
We're not going into all of that. What I will do, though, is look for Europe. Let's see, Europe, and NATO take move forward on Ukraine. Take lead on Ukraine. Bear with me. I saw something to this effect. What should I? The death of NATO. Could Europe lead the charge of keeping the peace? This is where it's going right now. Europe is saying, fuck you, Babylon. We're going to go do this. They're going to move forward. Let's see. So, I mean, we had to keep our eye on what's going on here. Right? Because right now, Europe is about to go it alone. Four days ago. Yeah, they don't like the way that Trump is moving. So right now they're plotting against. That's 2 days. I want something now. Europe will almost certainly be at war with Russia if Trump's Ukraine chaos continues. I don't want that. I want EU takes lead on Ukraine. EU. days. Can the EU defend Ukraine without Trump's support? That's where this is going. Okay. News about Donald Trump, Zelensky, and Ukraine. Let's see. It's got to be like now. Can't be a couple of days ago. So let's take a quick look. Let's see, Trump's Ukraine policy alarming European leaders. Absolutely it is. Okay, let's see. Bear with me. Trying to get a little clarity on this, not palky. Let's see, news. Is that what I want to see? Let's check that out. Should they say anything?
My name is Cecilia.
I bet it is. It might look like Frankenstein's daughter.
President Trump parroting Russian propaganda as he falsely accuses Ukraine of starting the war, which began almost 3 years ago when Vladimir Putin's troops invaded Ukraine. I want to bring in our chief national affairs correspondent, Jeff Zeleny. He's traveling with the president in Florida.
It started in 2014 when they overthrew and did the regime change. That's when the war started.
What exactly did President Trump say?
Well, if it was some of the sharpest criticism we have heard directed from the Trump administration, or in fact, any American president at the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, of course, this is coming on a day when the U.S. and Russia were meeting to talk about the very fate of Ukraine. Zelensky did not have a seat at the table. But the president was asked specifically about that just a short time ago at his Mar-a-Lago resort. He fired back at Zelensky, suggesting that he could have stopped the war 3 years ago.
I think I have the power to end this war, and I think it's going very well. But today I heard, oh, well, we weren't invited. Well, you've been there for 3 years. You should have ended it 3 years. You should have never started it. You could have made a deal.
You could have made a deal. You should have never started, of course. Well, that is not just a misstatement of history, of course. Russia invaded Ukraine, as we all saw and witnessed 3 years ago, nearly to this date. But Russia also has the history of Ukraine. I mean, when during the first Trump administration, their incursion was spreading and growing. But the American president did not stop there. He went on to essentially belittle and question the authority of the Ukrainian president. He said his approval rating was at 4%. There is no evidence to back that up. The latest poll from a couple months or so.
So European Union is all in with Ukraine. NATO is all in with Ukraine. This dude's pulling out. Right now he is. He's attacking Zelensky.
Was right around 50%. Never mind that, he also questioned his leadership and said that there should be new elections. Now, of course, there have not been elections in Ukraine because martial law was called because of the Russia invasion. But we've taken all together here.
So it kind of looks like he's siding with Putin, right? And then whatever Biden and them were doing collectively with the EU and NATO, now what? Okay, now where did we start? Okay, so we see where this is going, right? This is now. How old is this? Oh, wait. Okay, this is 2 days ago. This isn't now. Okay. So this is February 18th. Trump falsely blamed. This is why the Ukraine right now, Slovakia, this is why the EU is walking out. If this nigga outright blamed Ukraine, which is true, it's true that Ukraine started the war. Not 3 years ago, but 2014 is when that region started fighting amongst each other. The Donbass, if you will. So, yeah, this is the reason. Because this is fighting words right here. So they have to do what? Let's get They're plotting. Here's the plot. Let's get the plot first. Those who eat your bread, this is Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men allied with you. Who's that? Who's you? Babylon the Great, which is America. All the men allied with you. Who's that? NATO, the EU, right? Ukraine, right? Are allied with the United States. But what is Trump doing? He's rolling out right now in the middle of the war, changing horses in the middle of the stream. Okay, so what are they going to do? All the men allied with you will drive you to the border. The men at peace with you will deceive and overpower you. This is the EU. Those who eat your bread will set a trap for you without your awareness of it. Okay, so there's the trap. Okay, and here's the action, if you will, the result of the trap. Revelation 17:16. And the 10 horns, the EU, European Union, which thou sawest upon the beast, right? These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate, naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Right? Babylon is the whore, right? The beast, NATO and the EU. So all of the players are in place. EU. Okay. The beast is, right, the second beast. The revived Roman Empire. Okay. So, what do you mean burn her with fire? They're going to shoot those missiles on Babylon the Great. Is fallen is fallen. Okay. So, we'll end it on that. Let's get Peter. 2 Peter. Melting. 3. 3 and what? 2 Peter, the melting of it all. What's going to melt those missiles? 2 Peter 3 and 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works there that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay, that's those missiles. All right, coming soon. We'll just keep watching. All right, so with that, we can see things are falling apart. We're right on schedule, right? Okay, they're about to burn this bitch with fire. They will bring her to ruin and leave her naked, and they will eat her flesh and burn her with fire. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and sisters.